Alright, welcome to my round 4 game of GPV. I'm playing Polar Color Aggramp against Herzi, who is on Turbofog. I don't think it's a very good matchup for me. I don't have any good ways to break through the Turbofog, at least main deck. So, and also I'm 2-1 right now, so I need to win this game in order to top cut. Anyways, this hand would be great, but it doesn't have a 1-drop, and I really do need a 1-drop, I think. I mean, what does this hand do? It gets Mugtan Protectors really early. Let me look at Herzi's deck. Yeah, just give me some time to think. Let me load up Herzi's deck. Do they have any good ways to kill the Mugtan Protectors if it comes down super early? It doesn't seem like... No, they have Isolated. That thing kills Mugtan Protectors pretty nicely. Alright, yeah, I'm logging this. So, go down to 6, and, well, I mean, yeah, it's keepable. Actually, it is quite keepable. So I guess I bought him a Timber Range. Yeah, I bought him a Timber Range. And I'll go turn 1 Seeker, turn 2 Moral Benediction, and then see where it goes from there. Sunlit Highlands. Okay, cool. So I always fetch Forest here. I mean, technically life doesn't really matter in this matchup, but I do still want to get my basics because it feels better to have high life totals. It's more of a mentality thing than anything else. Because I definitely feel uncomfortable whenever I don't have my basics out and then I start losing life to my lands every time I try to tap them. So do they have 2-mana counter spells? I don't think they do. I mean, it's not I don't think they do. They literally just don't have 2-mana counter spells. Raid is interesting. Do I use this opportunity to Moral Benediction back a fetch land? Will I get mastered later if I don't do that? And I think I'm fine just fetching basics for now. Right, I get all 3 colors and then I can start fetching my off colors. Yeah. And they don't have a good way to... Well, they can isolate the Seeker, but that's fine. I'm going to whack them first. They take... That's expected. I fetch out of Plains, and then I'm going to Mortal Benediction back a Wayfarer's Shrine. Unfortunately, I do not get the extra value off Mortal Benediction, but whatever. So now they're stuck on lands. Okay, cool. If I had a fast start, this would have been really good for me, but unfortunately I do not, so I will just have to play this fairly. Oh, Mortal Benediction gets me Farsight next turn. And can I go Mortal Benediction into grade? I mean, I can, but is that... Well, I definitely want a Mortal Benediction because I want to Farsight next turn. I can cast grade for X equals 0 after that. How many non-basics do they run? Quite a lot, actually. Yeah, grade will very much massacre them. Or, I mean, slow them down. So I will go for it. Or actually, how does my mana work out? Right now, I need to... Yeah, I need to play this untapped. So I'm probably getting a red source and a green source. So my red source has to also be my green source if I want to get all my colors. I also want to get blue, which... actually, you know what? I don't... I'm not going to think that hard. And also life doesn't matter, so whatever. Whack them for 3. Fetch with Timber Range. The Shifting Glade get forgotten. Yeah, that seems solid. Okay, I'm assuming this resolves, right? Nothing they can do against this. And it's going to be on Timber Range. Decay it, which is cool. So I'm going to fetch out Forgotten Step. And then I'm going to slam my grade, which I'm assuming they can't answer either. Or they can't counter. Decay it again, and yeah, there we go. I mean, if they get enough, if they start turbofogging, they can't stop me. But if Farsight flips Mugtan Protectors plus a Haster, then I think the game's just over. And playing grade there basically prevents them from... So if they top deck a non-basic, they're still 1 turn behind. They're thinking, okay, that's a good sign. I mean, they could be holding a bunch of fogs, and that will answer a Farsight turn, but the thing is, the fogs won't kill the creatures, so I'll still have a giant board remaining, and now they have to fog every single turn. Which, granted, that's what their deck is designed to do, but I can hope that they eventually run out of fuel, and run out of fog and die to my attackers. Alright, they fetch with Renewal Grove, which gets basic, so it's going to be untapped. Are they going to do something main phase? I mean, if they tap out, Farsight has a good chance of just killing them. Alright, they will tap out for Isolated to turn off my Seeker. Alright, sure. Alright, so let's... Oh, but Blood River... Okay, that means if I flip Antilli Archdruid, it's also really good. So anyways, which one do I fetch? I guess I get Rampant Summit now. Just get all my colors when I can. Maybe I should have fetched... Yeah, I have enough red sources. Maybe I should fetch... Actually, yeah, I should fetch Resplendent Substratum instead, right? Yeah. Alright, Farsight. Let's see what it flips. Also, they're still stuck on 2 lands, which is quite unfortunate for them. Unfortunately, I do not get... Well, I get Blood River. I get the Blood River, the Antilli Archdruid, I guess. And get a bunch of lands into play. I mean, grade number 2 is not very useful. And okay, I mean Seeker is kind of useful. Yeah, it's all right, I guess. Well, I mean it's a lot of lands in play, and I still get to whack them for a bunch. So like, well these guys are coming in tapped. I don't need to play them untapped. Actually, do I? Because if I keep Blood River in hand, well no, I want to be able to get Blood River on demand, right? And I think it's much safer to keep Blood River in my deck. Oh yeah, I'll go with that logic. Whatever. I'm just gonna get my damage in while I can because I might not be able to get damage in later, and also gain three life because why not? So anyways, let's see if they start edging me, or I mean fogging me every turn from now on. Uh, most of the fogs won't actually stop Antali Archrid. Unfortunately, they do have Scramble the Scouts, which prevents all damage dealt by creatures, including non-combat damage. So yeah, let's see what they have. Are we going to see Edge of the Water? Well, actually, yeah, they can play Edge of the Water and keep up a 1-mana fog. I mean, that would be pretty good for them. And Edge of the Water, okay, maybe they have Unraveling. Yep, they probably have Unraveling. Unfortunately, I have no good ways to make use of my lands right now. I don't have a mana land or anything in my deck. I can't really afford to run mana land in my deck. The mana doesn't work out. So I just attack with everything now, and Antali Ardred doesn't do anything, right? Because I don't have a second land drop. Yeah, I'm just gonna pitch and see how they react. They're gonna Unraveling me, I guess. They're gonna mark the Scale Blight. Huh. Okay, I guess that does technically do things. So I get 4 crocodiles, which are very much worse than what I had on board. Anyways, I'm gonna play out Daisy. Like, actually Daisy is extremely scary for them because it's unfoggable damage. Now any spell I draw is gonna be equal to 2 damage to them. Unless they have another Isolated. Like, Isolated is their way of dealing with things on board. Or another Mark to the Scale Blight, I guess. And now their mana base is also not being attacked right now, so they can start developing. I think they've about stabilized. Another day. Okay, that's possibly the worst draw in my deck. I literally only have 2 of these guys, and I managed to draw them back to back. Let's see what fog they have this time. Rank of Repose. Sure. Okay, where are my outs right now? I mean, Daisy still goes the distance. And I have a backed up Daisy in case they try to kill my first Daisy. Morn is horrible right now because I have no good targets. No, actually, Morn is decent because it triggers Daisy, then it threatens another Daisy activation. Okay, there we go. That's Daisy dealt with. Luckily, I have another one, but yeah. Let's see what they're. Oh, well, I'm keeping this in hand for landfall shenanigans. Frank Repose again. Cool. They still haven't drawn Edge of the Water yet, at least. And they don't have any main deck ways of gaining life, right? So 2 Daisy or Daisies plus 2 spell, or 1 Daisy plus 2 spells is lethal. Also, do I have a way to blow up Isolated just with my guys? I don't think there is. Yeah, there isn't really a good way to blow things up. Okay, so maybe I should start thinking about sideboarding. So looking at my sideboard, so Anointed Cursebreakers definitely come in because they have enchantments that I want to kill. Because enchantments are what fuel their engine, so I want to get rid of them as soon as possible. I think Shifonhu is actually good here because it prevents them, like it taxes them. Okay, Icon's Portal. I can't kill that. Yeah, can't do anything against that. They're slightly tapping out though, which is good. So I'd probably bring in Grave Hate stuff because small luxuries. Edge of the Water. They're discarding Edge of the Water. Huh. Okay, Mattia. Okay, there we go. That's 1 Daisy. Oh wait, that's 2 Daisy activations. Can I do everything? I think I can. 1. All right, I win. Cool. Yeah, that was definitely Speak No Evil. Yep, that's completely fine. Let's make sure I don't mess this up. So play Daisy. It resolves. Play Mattia. Daisy triggers. Mattia resolves. That's a counter on Daisy. And yep. Or GG. Yep, GG. Activate Daisy twice and they die. They got mana screwed. I see. That's pretty unfortunate for them. But I did not expect to win that matchup, but I guess I got both my Daisies, and yeah. So anyways, post board, what do I want? I'm not sure what to feel about Antali Ardred, because on one hand, it's one way to deal damage without dealing combat damage, but on the other hand, no, it's good. I board out some Muckhand Protectors because they don't actually do that much, right? Yeah, I board out some Moral Benediction because they have nothing to bring back. I definitely want to bring in Anointed Cursebreakers. Mateo is good that game, but I don't think it's going to be good this time. Actually, Seeker is kind of bad, right? Yeah, how do I feel about Seeker? They do some damage and then they don't die because my opponent doesn't have Actually, I think a bunch of Sifang Hus early is very annoying for them. So I will bring those guys in, and then I'll also bring in my grave haters, right? Because they have unravelings and stuff. And then I guess I board out a Muktan. That feels iffy. But at the same time, right? So like, how good is Sifang Hu actually? Because even if I Sifang Hu, they can still keep up their fogs, right? Now basically forces them to do things pre-combat, but that doesn't really help me when they can just hold up their like they can fog in response to this thing. So yeah, I only go down to 3, and now board back in the Muktan protectors. Is this how I'm doing? Oh, yeah, I guess that's how I'm doing it. All right, so let's see. Can I get another good game? Oh well, no 1-drop, but this hand is really good if they try to slam Edge of the Water early. The fact that it has no 1-drop makes it really iffy. Because like, what's my play here? They slam Edge of the Water, I Sanjing, and then Anointed Cursebreaker it. What do I do if they don't have anything early? Also, I did not look at their sideboard either. They probably brought in some... They probably brought in some stand unassailable. I mean, that feels like... Or no, stand isn't good against me because I develop a board. And also, I'm going to mulligan this because... no 1-drop. Okay, there we go. That's the exact hand I need. I'm going to bottom a Blood River, and... Yep, this is exact hand that the deck wants to see. Hopefully, if they have no way to stop turn 1 RPG. I mean, they don't, right? Because, yeah, they don't have a way to stop turn 1 RPG, even in their sideboard. The turn 1 RPG will go the distance. It's going to exhaust their fogs really quickly. Actually, they can stick Isolated on it. Like, if they want to stick Isolated on it, they have to do it now, or else it's going to get some counters, and then Isolated doesn't actually stop it. Sifang Hu. Well, I think that's a good follow-up for More No More. So I always fetch... Actually, they can Speak No Evil here, and that does screw me quite a bit. Do I want to play into Speak No Evil? Okay, if I want to play around it, what does that imply? I do nothing this turn, and that's not good, so I can't play around it, so I always play into it. So let's see if they have it. It seems like they do, so that's unfortunate for me. Hopefully I top deck another land, because otherwise I am mana screwed. They choose one or... it's both. Now I'm really regretting bottoming that land there. Well, hopefully I top deck a land. They can't unraveling this turn. They could be holding up another Speak No Evil, which would suck for me, but that only applies if I... Well, that is a land, so I will play it as a land. This is quite a slow RPG in chat, but I mean, at least I got my land out. Like, I can't complain too much. I could have gotten mana screwed really easily there. At least I didn't get mana screwed. That's better than nothing. But yeah, now next turn I get to do things, assuming they don't have an answer to my things. They're going to end of turn Psycho Promethean Grotto. Yeah, that's fine. So, what do I think I always more next turn if nothing happens to Aggramp, because that gets me more mana for the future turns. They do need to start, well, they can Unraveling. No, they still can't Unraveling. So that means they have no counter spells. Do they have instant speed Grave Hate? No, they do not. So I can pretty safely mourn here. And I definitely do want to do that because, yeah. So Wayfarers or Timber Range? I think I'll start by getting back Wayfarer's Shrine. But yeah. Alright, it happens. Cool. So now I swing and see if they fog. They don't fog, so before damage, I guess they can fog in response to this if they want. But I doubt it's worth it for them. So I'm just gonna assume this resolves. And then Mourn gets back, I guess I'll start getting back Timber Range. I want to get my non-basics out of the deck. And life doesn't matter again, so yeah. So this thing is pretty vulnerable to Mark the Scale Blight. I think I see Sifang Hu this turn. Yeah, I definitely see Sifang Hu right now. So, well, I guess I'll get blue. Yeah, I have Muktan Protectors. I want to get my off colors right now. I only have one source of red right now, but whatever. And now let's see how they deal with Sifang Hu. I mean, they can counter the trigger if they really want to. I doubt they want to, but basically makes next turn, okay, they will do something in response. I guess they can, Privilege's Sway only hits non-creatures. They're going to tap out for Studies Past. Okay, cool. X equals 2, that gets back a land and a Speak No Evil. That's fine. And then I end my turn. The next turn I can play Muktan Protectors, depending on what I draw. If I draw a land, I go Muktan land and then swing for a bunch. They're going to play Mysterious Character tapped. I mean, I know that they're holding a Speak No Evil. I always attack pre-combat because I don't want Speak No Evil to hit triggers too. Or match it counter ability. Can that thing only counter activated ability? No, it counters both types of abilities. It doesn't matter if I play Aggramp or play my land pre-combat. It will matter for Muktan. I can also keep up Sanjing. I think that's probably better. Yeah, Sanjing into Farsight is probably scarier than actually. They're not forced to fog if I just attack with RPG right now, but basically I do not want them to speak no evil pre-combat. I mean, Wayfarer Shrine is a decent trigger. Am I alright just losing out on one of the creatures from Yeah, I don't think it matters how many creatures I make from Muktan, because our champ is just gonna carry the game until I can't anymore. The play in Wayfarer's pre-combat is fine. I definitely don't crack it though. And then I swing and see how they react. They will scramble to. They're still holding on to a speak no evil. Okay, that's fine. Nothing happens. Do I just end up turn Sanjing then? I can also slam Muktan. Well, so if I slam Muktan here, what happens? Muktan gets into play, and then I don't really care what goes on afterwards. Muktan gets into play. I have Wayfarer Shrine up. I think I want to Sanjing just so I can Farsight next turn. In that case, I want to Mourn No More right now, and Mourn back a Timber Range. Okay, I mean that sounds solid. Like I don't need. If I want to haste there some Muktan, I can always fetch for. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. See how they react. They let it happen, which is cool. Well, actually, do I play this? I mean, life doesn't matter. I can play it untapped, and I guess I pass the turn, right? Yeah, I pass the turn. If they do anything end of turn, I can. They cycle Promethean Grotto. But I want to flash in Sanjing now. You know what? Well, actually, this thing is that they can speak no evil the Blood River trigger. Yeah, I guess I let it happen. They play Promethean Grotto, and how do I deal with their speak no evil? Well, it just means that whatever I do that plays the board or requires triggered abilities, I need to do post combat. They're going to play something main phase or heat. Okay, cool. That's completely fine. It's kind of scary because they can exile my Blood River, and I don't want that to happen. But I can't really do anything against that. Yep, there you go. 1, 2. Okay, that's one of my daisies, and that's a Rampant Summit. So that at least it doesn't massacre me too much. Okay, they do have stat unassailable. They're gonna get me. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I actually do want the land, and they're gonna take. What did they take? Small luxuries. Yeah, that's fine. So now I end of turn Sanjing. I do have to crack Wayfarer Shrine, which sure. I mean that happens. Do they want to counter that? I have to assume the answer is no, but I probably should just double check. They let it happen. All right. So what am I fetching? I think I want to get. Well, I already have a double red source. Okay, I think my mana is good enough now. I don't need to fetch double red. I might want triple white sometime in the future, especially for Shifang Hu and stuff. Yeah, I'll get triple white. And let's see if Sanjing resolves. And I guess I steal their Mysterious Cataracts, right? No, I want to get something that can get back Blood River, which I don't have. I probably should have sacked Timber Range. Well, it doesn't matter now. I'm gonna. Mysterious Cataract actually doesn't fetch much. It fetches Renewal Grove. Renewal Grove actually fetches my mountain, which probably is better than whatever. So I'll grab the Renewal Grove because that sounds fun. Might as well save some life, even though life doesn't matter in this matchup, just to feel better about myself. And, oh, actually, I missed a trigger there. Another Mourn, huh? Well, I mean, I just keep attacking until I want to. Do I want to whack for heat? I don't think I do. I can Mourn into Farsight, which is something at least. So I just fetch twice. That gets our champ up to really high, and then I can whack, and then I Farsight, right? Like our champ one shots them, so they have to fog. I might as well force them to fog, and then Farsight can happen later on. Like I don't need to give my Farsight guides haste because it wouldn't matter anyways. Yep. So I guess that happens. I'll fetch with Renewal Grove. I guess I'll fetch Island because that's the hardest land for me to fetch out of my deck with my other fetch lands. I am starting to run out of fetchables though, so that's slightly worrying, but whatever. Hopefully the game ends somewhat soon. And yeah, I try to whack face with this thing. I'm assuming it gets stopped. Speak no evil. Yep, happens. And then let's see, how good is my Farsight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. I can probably fill something pretty nice with that. I'm gonna Farsight and see what I hit, and I will keep up enough mana to Mourn, I guess. So let's see what Farsight hits. They can't counter it, so I'm not gonna even ask. Oh, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right, one more mana, so I need to tap my plains. Okay, well this is certainly quite oh, that's both my Blood Rivers. Well this is quite disappointing. Well, I mean, I definitely don't want these things to... No, I just get these guys and Anointed Curse hits nothing. Well, I mean, yeah, that sometimes Farsight whiffs. Like, it happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And sometimes, like, that's just what you have to live with when you're playing slot machine card like Farsight. Well, now I just pass. I mean, the board looks quite scary, at least. And I always have these Blood River fetches in the back, in case they ever run out of fogs. Okay, one. Yeah. Okay, well, they've got some more lands, which I don't mind because lands aren't what I want right now. They haven't hit any of the super important cards yet. Okay, they do have Mark of the Scale Blight, which can blow up a bunch of my things, but I don't think they actually want to do that, right? Because it doesn't actually make the board any less scary. They take Care Act, and they're gonna give me RPG and Champ. Okay, fine. That's alright by me. They play Mysterious tapped, and they pass the turn. They're probably holding another fog. Farsight number 2. Cool. What are the chances they have a fog again? Well, I mean, this Farsight, surely this Farsight's gonna hit something good, right? I should play this thing post-combat, though, because Mark of the Scale Blight might get me. Do I activate Shifonhu this time? So how much am I doing? How much damage do I do if I just attack with my guys instead of the giant RPG and Champ? Because it makes the board less, makes me less weak to Mark of the Scale Blight if I go wide. Right, and not really. They can also have a counter spell for Farsight. Like, they definitely have Unraveling or something like that. I can't really, I think it's just way better to attack face than to attack Reheat, because no matter what happens, if an attack goes through, hitting face kills them, hitting Reheat, yeah, like it's the only difference is a single target fog, which doesn't exist. So I always swing face first. Oh, actually I missed a bunch of RPG triggers off my Farsight, didn't I? Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter now, because it could matter if they end up playing stand on the syllable sometime later. I definitely should have remembered my triggers. Sure, and that happens. Do I want to just play out Farsight now into a possible unraveling? Not really, but do I have anything better? Like, what do I get if I wait? If I wait, they're just gonna keep they can just keep unraveling in hand. I think I slam Farsight, get unraveling out of their hand, and see what they have. Yeah, I always do that. Actually, if does Wayfarer Shrine have any fetches left? I should I should just fetch with Wayfarer Shrine first, because I don't know if I'm gonna run out of fetchables. Yeah, I only have 2 fetchables left, and I don't want to accidentally flip both of them. So yeah, Farsight. Well, let's see if it gets unraveled. Thinking, okay, I mean, it's a really obvious unraveling here, right? I think this implies they don't have unraveling. They don't have second mode on unraveling either, so, I mean, they let it happen. What? Alright, sure. I mean, oh, there's Daisy, and there's its review. Okay, yeah. So there's Daisy. How many Daisy triggers can I get this turn? Well, so this always goes on the bottom. I'm getting some pretty wimpy Farsight hits this game. But then again, I guess Muktan doesn't really do anything unless, like, Daisy is definitely the best thing I have right now. I don't want it to get, I don't want it to eat a Mark of the Scale Blight, so, and Blood River, do I care at this point about fetching Blood Rivers? I still think I want these guys in my deck, right? Like, they still might matter. You know what, I think well, it's not even going to be untapped, right? So, let me fetch, I have one more fetchable. So Daisy, Mourn, that gets it a count. No, I can't even play anything out. Okay, it's gonna die to Mark of the Scale Blight, and I can't do anything about that. So there goes, so I actually should put Daisy on the bottom, surprisingly enough. And this is just a weird matchup where I have to think about things that I usually don't think about. Like, do I put Daisy on the bottom, even though it's free off of Farsight? No, I think I do put it into... Yeah, I'm gonna put it into play. It's probably incorrect because it just straight up dies to Mark of the Scale Blight, but that forces them to mark main phase, and that is something. It forces them to basically play a bunch of mana that they probably don't want to. So these guys definitely come in, and this time I'm not going to forget my ARP trigger, our Peach and Champion triggers. Who dies, but that means I have a Mourn target now, and the Blood Rivers. What do I do with these guys? I guess I'll bottom one of them and put the other one into play. I'll like split the difference. So Shifonhu happens, which means I can't cast spells this turn. They're gonna mark, yeah, there we go. I expected that. I mean, I still have lethal on board, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have lethal on board, but there goes all my daisies. So that win condition's out of the window. Do I play Aggramp? I think I'm gonna save Aggramp for Muktan, right? Or is there a point in saving it for Muktan? I don't think there is. Well, it's not gonna do anything on its own. And these guys already are lethal by themselves, so I don't think I need to contribute to the board any more than I have already. But yeah, this game, both Farsight flips weren't very good. I mean, I flipped Blood River on both my Farsights, which would have been really good if this was a matchup where that mattered. But unfortunately, in this matchup, I just want to hit high cost cards off my Farsight, because even Muktan Protector doesn't do it on its own. Reheat, 0 target Daisy. They're gonna play their own Daisy and kill me with that. Okay, yeah. Wait, no, that's actually good for me because do I have a way of killing their Daisy? Technically I do. So if I kill the Daisy, then I can get it back with Morn and then start doing Daisy stuff, which goes around their fogs. Does that mean they ran out of fogs? Surely not, right? Because if they ran out of fogs, they would have been digging way harder for it. Wait, they can't even activate Daisy at all. If they end up blocking with Daisy, that's really good for me because I get to Morn it back. So what do I even have left in my deck? I still have 2 more Farsights, right? I did not board out any Farsights. I still have 2 more Muktan Protectors. I have some Grades, which, I mean, so Grades runs into Counterspell if I tap out for it, but I just need to grade for enough to force him to Fog. Grade still loses to Fog though, so not that great. Wait, I have a Shayla. Why am I not Shaylaing right now? Alright, I'm gonna put a Shayla back into my hand at the end of the turn. They seem to be tapping out for something. Studies passed. Oh. Well, that certainly is something. Yeah, Daisy trigger. The fact that they did make this play kind of implies that this is their only fog right now. They also lose both. No, I only lost one Anointed Cursebreaker, so I can't draw the other one. So if they try to slam Edge of the Water, I can kill it with that. Alright, I need to K them. So now what? Technically Daisy can't kill me, I guess. That's something. Do I return a Shilling? If it requires me to fetch, and I'm running out of fetchables, I do want to leave my fetches for Muktan. But at the same time, I don't think it matters now. I think I definitely scoop up a Shayla, because it's a good thing to have in my back pocket. I will fetch now for it. And okay, I have Resplendent. Okay, good. So just remember, I have a Mountain, a Sedate Tundra, and a Resplendent Substratum left in the deck. And yeah, return a Shayla. I'm assuming, yeah, they K it. Okay. Hu, interesting. So I can play a giant grade, but it's gonna get answered by the fog, so it doesn't matter what happens. So I always swing first here. They're gonna fog me, and then I get to post combat play Muktan Protectors. Technically I can Morn back a Hu. I'm gonna keep the Morn in my pocket though. Right. So Muktan doesn't matter. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of things a lot of decisions to be made in this game that don't actually matter at all. Can I represent Farsight through a Hu? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, I definitely can. Well, in that case, I'm gonna play this guy first. Show me what spell you have. You definitely need to fog pre-combat right now. They K it. Are they gonna do anything in response to that? They're just gonna tap themselves out with the fog. You know, they're thinking about doing something in response. Yeah, response to ETB. Well, at least I got some value out of the ETB, so I don't mind. And I'm pretty sure I have enough mana to discount. Yeah, there we go. I have enough mana to activate Hu and then play Muktan even through Hu and then also Aggramp after that too. But basically, I just want to get a big board because big boards are scary and it prevents a single Mark of Skill Blight. Or it makes Mark of the Skill Blight slightly less good. Or no, it doesn't really. Whatever. Are they still thinking about what to do after this? They let it resolve. Cool. I'm actually going to stack my land slightly better, which is I put my fetches off to the side and put my actual land in the middle. So, activate Hu and swing with all my crocodiles, which gets me a bunch of spirits. I mean, they're not very useful right now, but they're nice to have around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, crap. I can't play Aggramp and Muktan in the same turn, but that's fine. I just drop Muktan Protectors and then pass the turn. Actually, I should be saving these guys for Daisy. Well, no, I'll always be activating Daisy before or between each spell cast. Maybe I should have taken Muktan out, honestly. Yep, if I lose this game, I'm gonna take out Muktan for Ostracizer Orb so I can deal with Reheats and stuff. They're gonna play Forgone Step off for... Okay, I don't know what's happening here. I think they're just trying to get to enough mana to seal the game. Oh, no, wait, they're gonna start activating Daisy now. But it's only once per turn, which is mostly fine. They end the turn. Okay. Spore Flow Protector. Cool, that's exactly what I want. No point in activating Xifanghu now, right? It could matter post-combat if I want to do something like make use of the lifelink, but Daisy's never going to attack, right? I'll just attack with enough guys to force him to fog again, and then I'll see what happens. Well, actually Daisy can grow, so I need to attack with slightly more than enough guys, which is like these guys? I'm not sure. So Crocodiles always attack. 1, 2, 3. Assuming one of these guys gets blocked, so that's one. No, it doesn't matter. I just attack with all my Crocodiles and see how they react, right? Even if one of these guys gets blocked, it's still lethal. So, what fog do you have this time? And Rav, oh, apparently it actually did matter this time. And now Daisy can start cleaning up my Crocodiles. And do they have Unraveling number 2? I don't know. They can whack me for 4 this turn cycle, which is fine. I can Xifanghu again next. I can Xifanghu next turn in order to get the lifelink and stuff. Well, they're never attacking, so it doesn't matter. And they're always going to be fogging every turn. Okay, the Spore Flow resolve. Well, I mean, Muktan always triggers. They have Unraveling number 2, don't they? Unfortunate. Well, Arp Tramp is never going to be useful, so I just play this guy out. If it's never going to be useful, I don't want to play that guy out. Okay, I'm just going to activate Xifanghu because why not? And then a bunch of counters get distributed. You know what? Do I'll put lifelink on the big guy, I guess. Are they gonna just exile it? Daisy face? Yep, that's expected. Or never mind. This is 4/4. Ricky +1s. Well, that's Farsight, and that's Moral Benediction, which would be really nice here to get back Spore Flow. Did they just draw 0 Edge of the Waters this game? Maybe they boarded all of them out. I think they just did not draw any, and I boarded in a bunch of things to get rid of that. They give me Champ. Yep. I still have one more Farsight left in deck, but I don't think that Farsight's gonna be flipping much. Edge of okay, they finally started playing out the edges. Daisy whacks me, or wait, Daisy trigger, right? So let's see. Entirely Art-Druid is useful, but I'm not sure how many of those things. Well, there's the Entirely Art-Druid, and that's Engrade can be my land play. Let's see if this thing gets countered. Yes. Yeah, does this get countered? Do they have another Unraveling? Actually, I don't think they do, so I don't think it's going to get countered, which is extremely good for me, because now I get to kill Daisy and start doing Daisy stuff. And unless they have Scramble the Scouts, which I think they do. Well, I mean, I'm not going to check. I'm just going to assume that whatever happened is whatever. Blood River gives this guy haste. Muktan makes a guy, but whatever. I should probably have played Raid first if I wanted to do that. Well, too late to change that. Raid, so that's a land drop. Or that's 2 land drops for Entirely Art-Druid. Let's see if they have a way to. Well, they can studies past too, I guess. I should have mourned back Xifanghu before doing this. Yeah, definitely. Not too late to change that. I also missed Muktan trigger technically. Bit late for that. Anyways, beginning of combat. Are they gonna Mark of the Scale Blight me again? Psycho Promethean Grotto. Okay, cool. Do they finally not have anything? The other things are cheaper now. They let it happen. Okay, cool. So yeah, swing out with these guys. And this will shoot Daisy. Let's see what happens. Scramble Oppose. Okay, that's not Scrambled Scouts, so that's good. So now Entirely Art-Druid will actually start doing things. And that's extremely good for me. And they can shoot me in the face again, but that Daisy finally dies to that, and then I can mourn back Daisy, and now Daisy can go the distance. Unfortunately, I don't have that many good spells to trigger Daisy with right now. Are they gonna Mark of the Skill Blight now? Speak No Evil, countering the trigger. Ah, they can do that. Okay, that's unfortunate. Can I trigger this guy again next turn? I can, because by returning a Shayla and then also fetching with Sunlit Highlands. Alright, at least this guy's back to block, so they can't attack with Daisy at all. Not that they would anyways. And pass the turn. Is there any way for me to continue getting landfall after that? If I get 2 Ashaylas, can I cycle them? I don't think so. Yeah, the timing doesn't work out. Or does it? No, it doesn't. So Anzen means that my fetch is now tapped for mana, at least. They're gonna Daisy face, apparently. Yeah. Twice. Oh, right. They have Prismatic Caverns making off-color mana. I mean, they still can't kill me, so they need some way to counter the Entirely Art-Druid trigger, which I'm sure they can. Reheat +1s again. Do they flip anything good? Ooh, there's Muktan. And there's Scramble the Scouts. Answers, which stops Anatali because it's damaged by creatures instead of combat damage. And now they're gonna play Isolated on. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, I can always top deck. Well, actually, Spore. Why did not Mournback Sporeflow when I had the chance? Guess that's a huge mistake. Well, not a huge mistake, but definitely a mistake because I have all this mana and nothing to do with it. I think I was planning to use more for the Daisy because I thought the Daisy plan would work out. I guess. I think but Sporeflow right now probably doesn't do much. They've already got too much value. Like they got the engine going. I can't really stop that. And okay, their studies passed. I guess if I had Sporeflow, I could have been exiling these fogs. They might have actually ran out of fogs. No, I doubt they can run out of fogs, right? Okay, yeah, I have to K that. If I did Mournback Sporeflow last turn, I could have gotten at least 3 activations. That might have actually been enough. Yeah, because like if they had fogs in hand, they wouldn't be getting back fogs with that thing. Well, Seeker. I'm just gonna assume the game's over. I'm not gonna play this out. So, lesson learned. Muktan not great in this matchup. Ostracizer Orb comes in. Yifan Hu was decent but not great. Do I bring in Solar Flares? Kills Raheat. No, it doesn't even kill Raheat. Yeah, I go with this loadout then. Anti Archrid still stays in because it requires a very specific card to answer. Or I guess to stop, not to answer. They never answer anything. They just keep stopping me from doing anything until they win. But he is not good, right? Yeah. Alright, let's hope that I get better luck this game. I mean, if I get an Arpechian champion start, well, this is definitely an Arpechian champion start. On the play too, so yeah, you can't exactly stop me. This one bombs, yeah. Okay, so turn 1 fetch Forest, turn 2 fetch... Okay, I can't fetch Forgotten Step. Okay, turn 2 fetch Plains, I guess. I don't know. But I always know that it's turn 1 Arpechian champ. I mean, this is exact hand you want when you're playing this deck. It's turn 1 Arp champ into turn 2 Mourn. And they even play a tap. Okay, cool. I actually just get to go off now. Memorial Benediction. That even better. Even more stuff. And since I have since I will be able to fetch out all my things, I will fetch the basic now. Right? Yeah. So yeah, got the nut draw. What do you think, Herzi? Do I Sunlit Highlands or Wayfarer's Shrine? I think I will go for Sunlit Highlands. Yeah, it makes more sense to go for Sunlit Highlands right now. And I will fetch out Rampant Summit, which gets me... Oh, do I actually want Shifting Blade? Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, no, the only good... I only have the 2 Muktan Protectors, right? That would be good for Shifting Blade, so I don't need to fetch it out right now. I can just fetch Rampant Summit. So where's Rampant Summit? There's Rampant Summit. And then play out my second ARP champ. And with ARP champ number 1, 2 damage. Get back. I want Sunlit Highland number 2. I want Sunlit Highlands again. So yeah, that was my turn 2. What about you, Herzi? Can you start fogging fast enough to stop my ARP champ start? Keep in mind I also have a Moral Benediction following it up, so yeah, might want to get some fogs. Mysterious Character tap. Well, let's see if they do have a fog. Because if they don't, then they're gonna get... Oh. I think I should keep back one of these guys in case Mark of the Skill Blight comes out. I have fetch with Sunlit Highlands now. Okay, so if they have Mark of the Scale Blight, okay, I definitely want to kill them in 2 turns. Can I kill them in 2 turns no matter what happens? I think the answer is yes. Well, I always play this first, and then I will fetch with Sunlit Highlands. Okay, now I get my now I get my blue source, and now I Moral Benediction back my Sunlit Highlands, right? Because I might want to fetch Blood River later on. Do I want to play this untapped? I don't think so. I always win here if they don't have... Is there any downside to playing untapped? I don't think there is. If I play untapped and fetch now, this whacks him down to 6. Yeah, I think there's no point in playing it untapped right now. I'm just gonna whack them for 9. And pass the turn. They fetch with Mysterious Cataract. Let's see if they have the fog. Well, the thing is, when they're down this low, they have to fog every turn, which means they don't have the time to not fog and develop their board. Wayfarer Shrine. Okay. I'm gonna keep this in hand now for our champ number 2 because I always win if I always win if this doesn't get fogged. So here's the first fog. This probably gets him into a second fog, but whatever. I think I might be running out of steam. Do I have anything else I can do with my mana? No, I do not. But yeah, definitely need to draw something impactful, or else they can just fog ARP for eternity, and then they start playing their lands out, and I lose. They're going to play Reheat. Okay, let's see if this thing... Yeah, I have to K this. They definitely have a 1-mana fog, or else they wouldn't have gone for that. Or it means that they have no fogs in hand, and they're hoping to flip a 1-mana fog. Yep, always happens. Isolated. Cool. And... Well, it's definitely not going to be Mudcat Protectors. It's probably not Blood River, so it's just going to be Wayfarer Shrine. So that is one of my Blood Rivers out of my deck. Just something to keep in mind. Are these thinking about... No, they give me Mudcat? I guess they do have a fog in hand. They think Mudcat's not going to be relevant this game because they have the fog. Well, that's not reassuring at all for me, because that means they have it. They take small luxuries, and they're going to put these guys under the Reheat. Alright, do I have a Timber Range? Well, I mean, they know I have Muktan, so no point in not showing it. Happens, and then I play Timber Range untapped. No point in playing it untapped. I'm just gonna play out Timber Range. Get another round of triggers, whatever. Let's see if you have the fog. Is it a 1-mana fog? You have it? Looks like you do. Cool. Next turn, let's see if you have it again. The good draws right now will be Farsight, because that might flip me into Ostracizer Orb, which gets rid of Reheat, which is the engine that lets them keep going. Grade, Shifting Glade, Daisy. Well, Daisy is definitely not coming out. Speak No Evil, so that's their fog. I assume I'm getting Shifting Glade. Yep. I mean, I guess I can't complain too much about this draw. I did draw the Nut Hand, and now I'm just top decking lands, but I mean, that's to be expected. Oh, well, that's Farsight. Cool. Let's see. Show me the fog. Yep, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. They know I have Shifting Glade, so I should just play it, right? Oh, Wayfarer Shrine is more used. Yeah, I'm gonna play out Shifting Glade. So they can Unraveling the Farsight if they have it. But if they do, then that's one less... Well, no, Unraveling is not a useful fog for them. Yeah, do I jam Farsight into Unraveling? I think I do, because otherwise I do nothing, right? And they're never going to tap out. They're never going to tap out of Unraveling, I don't think. And the more time I give them, the more likely they are to have the resources to Unraveling and keep up stuff. So yeah, do you have Unraveling? Like, the answer is yes. And that's Unraveling number 1, countering a spell. Let's hope it doesn't get any worse than that. But we are getting to the point where it literally doesn't matter what I do. It's entirely up to my opponent to have the fogs. Actually, maybe I should have kept my Farsight, because like as long as I keep that in hand, it means that if they ever tap below 3, then I can slam the Farsight. They're never gonna tap below. Like they have Reheat going. I'm gonna get the Mountain, and they have Tranquil Repose. Cool. You know what? I should be fetching. I need to thin my deck now. Like 36 cards is about the number where thinning will start to matter. And is there? Well, I only need to keep one guy around for Blood River. They took Scrambled Scouts, right? No, they're not keeping Scrambled Scouts. So if I get a Tally Archrid, then I can do stuff. But keeping these guys around is useful for Tally Archrid purposes. So maybe I don't crack them after all. Yeah, they realize that this thing stops Anti Archrid, so they're gonna take that. Matt Cavern, sure. So forcing them to use Fox for Anti Archrid is useful, right? And I'll keep one around for Blood or Anti Archrid purposes. But I'm gonna start thinning because it's definitely something I should be doing. Okay, which one's the hardest to fetch? I already fetch out all the hard to fetch ones. I'll just grab a Resplendent Substratum, because why not? Right, more no more. What does that get me? Absolutely nothing. I already decided that we're, thinning, so might as well play out the Wayfarer Shrine and fetch with it. Anyways, show me the fog. Yay, Scramble Scouts. And pass the turn. I'm still waiting for my removals to show up. Heat 0 the Tranquil Repose. They're literally just trying to cantrip now with this thing. Alright, I mean, that's fine. Until your next... Oh, I see. This thing sticks around. Alright, sure. Upkeep, I'm going to fetch with Wayfarer Shrine. Let's see what I get. I'm gonna get the island because it's the hardest one to fetch with my other cards. These ARP camps are definitely getting quite big. Born again. Come on. Well, you know what? You know what happens this time. Yep, Tranquil Repose. And I pass the turn again. Actually, maybe I should be mourning more aggressively to get my lands out of my deck. Maybe I should be. I mean, right now I'm technically saving the Morns for in case my spells get countered. Are we gonna see another reheat minus? Nope, another reheat plus. Farsight, Wayfarer Shrine, Warflow. Cool. I guess I get a Wayfarer Shrine, and they get a Tranquil Repose. At this point, I think I definitely should not have played Farsight that turn because because they're the sort of deck that can't do anything with their extra mat or with extra mana flowing end of turn. If I just kept Farsight in hand, eventually there's gonna be a turn where they tap down low and then they have to tap out to fog me, and then yeah, last turn could. Well, what do I get? Heart of. Why am I getting literally every single land right now? All right, show me the Tranquil Repose. Okay, I need to actually do that like that. And what do I will save the Morns, even though it probably is incorrect to do so. It feels even more wrong to just use the Morns to get lands, so I will save them. I mean, technically, oh, I mean, with how I've been drawing so far, I don't think that Farsight would have done much. It probably would have flipped 5 lands randomly. Account, yeah, that doesn't do anything right now, but sure, you can play that if you want. 0 to speak no evil, darn. Well, I guess technically it's correct to fetch end of turn now. So what do I grab the planes, I guess. Yeah, because it's easier for me to fetch out like that. Okay, what do I draw? I'm starting to run out of lands. Oh, there you go, finally. That's exactly what I needed. So hopefully they don't have Unraveling, because I really hope they don't have Unraveling. Speak no evil, yep, that happens. Okay, is this gonna resolve? Is it gonna resolve? I guess the answer is no. We can't have nice things around here, so this is gonna get unraveled, and they're gonna get benefits from it. But guess what? I have more no more, so yeah, it gets stuffed. Ostracizer Orb comes back, and this is gonna get removed. You're finally gonna start running out of, your engine's finally going to stop doing its thing. And also, I probably need to remember these triggers. So this thing happens, this thing also happens, and these things need to go to exile, I guess. Well, I have nothing else to more backs right now, so yeah. Took long enough to take out the reheat. Unfortunately, they probably just drew another one, so they're gonna play down reheat again and start doing this whole thing, song and dance all over again. But they're gonna start running out of stuff eventually. Actually, I should keep lands in hand because Antali Ardrid lets you play extra lands, so keeping lands in hand does enable Antali Archdruid, and doesn't require, lets me send my deck without having to turn off Archdruid. I guess once I draw my Blood River, there's no point in not thinning anymore. Promethean Grotto, sure. They pass. Alright, but are you finally going to start running out of... Okay, Ostracizer Orb number 2 for when they drop their second reheat. Is this going to go through? I'm assuming you're gonna fog this, but now that your engine is down, you no longer have as many fogs. Or you no longer have infinite fogs. Definitely answered the reheat a bit late though. I wish I drew my Ostracizer Orb earlier. Promethean Grotto, sure. They pass. I take my turn. Farsight, cool. I'm going to try to swing at you with the ARP champ. What do? You fog again. Speak no evil. Sure. Well, I should have played Farsight pre-combat because I might have flipped Antali Archdruid. Well, I still play Farsight anyways, and if it gets countered, then I'm fine with it because that's one less counter going towards my Ostracizer plus Morn, right? Yeah. And at this point, my hits are probably really good. All right, let's see. Does this resolve? I think they're actually just gonna let it resolve because no, they're not. Okay, good. They're gonna let it resolve. I think them letting it resolve is actually bad for me in a way because the small luxury is down to 5. And me flipping Daisy right now would actually not be good for me. Okay, they're definitely trying to not let it resolve. That's good. But they're cycling towards a Mark of the Scale Blight. I mean, if I flip Mark of the Scale Blight, or if I flip Daisy, do I put it into play? Because I have no other daisies and then do not want to get Mark of the Scale Blighted. Okay, hopefully I don't flip a daisy because then that means I won't have to think about that. Seems like I won't have to think about it because this is literally everything I want, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, I get to put everything in. So, I'm sure some triggers happen, but I'm not gonna keep track. You know what? I will keep track. These guys are 3/3s. Grade might matter. Like, it might randomly hit some map breakpoint where it makes it matter, but yeah, I resolved a Farsight and I feel no better than before. I think it definitely needs to be pre-combat because then it has a chance of flipping Antali Archdruid, and that's really the most important card in this matchup. How many Farsights do I have left? One place to look. I have 1 Farsight left. Edge of the Water. Okay, yeah, that's their engine card. I can't do anything to stop that right now. And I'm sure they have amount. Okay, so now I fetch with. I think I have to fetch with Sunlit Highlands to thin the correct thing. Nope. That's not the right thing to fetch with. Or no, I don't even get to. I need to fetch with Timber Range in order to thin the right thing. All right. What do I draw? Timber Range. Literally the worst card possible. Well, I'm keeping it in hand for because there's nothing I can fetch with it other than Blood River, which I don't want to fetch right now. Is there anything else for me? I can ostracize it or up the edge of the water. Is that useful? Yeah, it sort of is. I'm gonna. No, I do it post combat. Right? Yeah. I don't want Speak No Evil to randomly also counter Ostracizer or trigger. Oh wait. How many triggers have I missed with? Okay, I need to remember that. Anyways, oh, are they gonna draw cards first? Maybe I should have killed Edge before combat. Okay, there we go. That's the card. All non-tokens. Doesn't really do much. I mean, they're literally the same. Oh. Amount? Yes, it's like 7? Okay. So that's their fog for the turn. Okay, now I'm gonna ostracize our orb. Does it get countered? If it gets countered, I'm just gonna mourn it back. I think it's good if this eats up an unraveling. Yep, it gets countered. I don't have a way to not plans plus rampant. Okay. But I don't really have any better targets for ostracize or orb right now, right? Like I'm not gonna be able to snipe Icon before it flips. Or is just gonna do everything in one turn. Do they have another unraveling? No, they're just gonna cycle with Edge of the Water out. Yeah, this game's definitely slipping away. I think really the main decision point that would have mattered in this game was me slamming or trying to jam a Farsight when Herzi had 3 mana untapped, and me not realizing that they don't really have anything to do end of turn with untapped mana. I can still win with Antali Ardrid, right? Like, if I draw Antali Ardrid, I board out one of my Moral Benediction. But like, they've used up 3 unravelings, they probably don't have the 4th one. They probably have a Mark of a Skill Blight though, so I don't really know how well it works out. At least I can start attacking with my board now, so there's that. Because Arpchamp's dead, Arpchamp's been turned into Crocodile. Now Arpchamp's not hogging all of the spotlight. My other creatures can also take a turn pitching. Studies passed. Okay, that's not good for me. That's one more unraveling and even more fogs. So now our Antali Archrid isn't gonna do it. Actually, right, I need to K this. I mean, I still have my other Grave Hate guy left in my deck somewhere. Too bad I didn't flip it off the far side. Like, that would have been good, because I've been able to exile a bunch of some random unravelings, and make studies pass pretty bad. But Heat, cool. Yeah, I don't have any answers left to this guy. They can just mill me out, right? Well, hey, look, there's, now I get all my good cards. They have Speak No Evil. Ooh. They give me Shifang Hu, which is useless because they have so much mana already. And I lose my Antali Archrid. You know, if I had boarded in Solar Flares, I could have won with Solar Flare. I mean, okay, I still have a Daisy left, right? So Daisy out. Daisy is still an out. So if that's the case, I should not play any creatures or play any spells that cost more than 1 because they're good with Daisy. Okay, Antali Archrid number 2, cool. That's gonna eat an Unraveling for sure, but that clears the way for a Daisy to get the last points of damage through. They're never gonna tap out Unraveling, right? So no point in. I'll let them I'll even let them counter one of my fetch trigger. No, that's horrible. Well, I mean, it's not like I have anything better to do, right? Really, I just want, if I get them to eat, or if I manage to waste an unraveling on Antali Ardrid, which is one of the most unreliable ways of getting through them, then sure, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that outcome. I want to force them to use Scramble the Scouts. Okay, new plan. I play out Antali Ardrid Raw. Or, yeah, I play out Antali Archdruid Raw, and then well, if I attack this thing, they can Speak No Evil to trigger, and then still have Scatter the Scouts left over for next turn. Oh, that's better than nothing. I need to fetch Blood River though, so that's one. I can use Timber Range to fetch Blood River. That's fine. Okay, do you want to counter this? Wait, that means they're not going to counter this. So so eating up a counter spell for Daisy plan does not work. Okay, are they going to Speak No Evil right now? Nope, they're not. So yeah, I mean, woohoo! They get to Speak No Evil to trigger and do things. Whack them. Face. Speak No Evil? Is that no Scramble Scouts? Okay, you're not gonna. Sure. I mean, I still have an Antali trigger next turn just because I have enough lands in hand. I still gain 3? Oh, alright, it's not lifelink. Heat, play Edge of Water. Okay, sure. I still have a chance. I can still top deck Daisy, and they can. I've already used up both my Morns. Well, no, I still have 1 Morn left in deck. So Daisy plus Morn to get Daisy through it and unraveling, and then what? Then 3 spells with Daisy in response to stuff. I mean, they already used up their Scramble Scouts, so they can't stop Daisy by fogging that turn. It would have been nice if I could like just pretend I had Solar Flare just to force them to play around it. I mean, they're probably playing around assuming I have Solar Flare. Maybe I should have boarded in Solar Flare over some things. I'm not exactly sure what exactly, but I mean, okay, there's Daisy. So what this means is that I swing out, try to hit face with Antali Ardred. They need to Speak No Evil this trigger, and Daisy eats it unraveling. But I can top deck more no more next turn, and if that happens, I don't even get 2 more spell casts. Well, we'll deal with it when we get around to it. Oh, is there any point in running Daisy into an unraveling, even though I know it's out there? Does it make any of my other draws better? No, not really. And there's no reason to there's no mana reason to run Daisy out this turn instead of when I draw what I need, right? I don't think so. If I run out Daisy right now, it gets countered. Like unravel it. Yeah, no point in running it out now. And I only need 2 Daisy activations, and I have the mana for that, right? Like that's 4 red sources. I just need to be slightly careful with my red sources, and it should be fine. So I pass the turn. They what? Oh, they discard Marks of Scale Blight. They're gonna cast Anointed Cursebreaker. Cast my Anointed Cursebreaker. Rude. They can actually just answer Ostracizer Orb that way. Wow. How annoying. Icon's Portal. Okay, Icon's Portal is out, and I have no answers left for it. And they get to flip it in the same turn. So do they just win this turn? Do they have a win this turn? Well, they get to mill 5 for 1, so I think they probably do. Because 2 Edge of the Waters and the small luxuries, that's probably enough to deck themselves out. Yeah, I need to I can't not let it happen. And it flips into Icon. And yeah, the game's over. Psycho Promethean Grotto. Seems like the game really did just come down to that turn. Me jamming Farsight into untapped into that unraveling. Because like what would Herzi have actually done if I didn't jam it there? They would just their forces still pass the turn with untapped mana, right? So then like they waste mana. The unraveling is still floating around out there, but it's way better for like I can find a way better scenario to play it where I pressure their mana in the same turn that and then I Farsight post combat and it resolves. And it might even flip an Ostracizer Orb for the Reheat. But yeah, I mean it's just a bad matchup overall for me. It's not that bad. Or compared to some other aggro decks where they just have literally no chance. I mean, it's still really bad for me because I mostly win by attacking on board, even if it's mostly burst damage. But it's like burst from the board, burst in the form of creature damage. And my post game plan of just trying to run them out, trying to run them out of resources didn't work out because I'm not able to board in a high enough density of removal to deal with their value engines. And yeah, anyways, so that's my GPV run. I think the deck did pretty well. And despite the fact that I made these sideboard choices to check for blue-green ramp and face none of them this GP, I still think these Ostracizer Orbs definitely is a big improvement over. Wait, was I running Ostracizer Orb before? No, I was running Tendril Snare, right? Yeah, so it's a big improvement over Tendril Snare because it synergizes with all of your things in your deck that care about stuff that costs a permanent that costs 2 mana. Cursebreaker, same thing. But yeah, see you next GP, I guess. Probably gonna run this deck again, assuming blue-green ramp does not, or assuming blue-green ramp catches some nerfs.